Why do English teachers hate McDonald's? Okay, so maybe we're not hating it, but we are definitely not loving it. Some of us might be liking it, and I suppose overall we're probably being okay with it.
Mini English lessons.
Did you notice anything strange about the verbs in that sentence? I used them all in the continuous form, but I shouldn't really have done that because they're state verbs. This means that they should be in the simple form and not the continuous form with ing. And that's why so many English teachers were upset when McDonald's started using their famous slogan, "I'm loving it." State verbs are also known as stative or non-action verbs. The clue is in the name. These verbs are not actions, and so we don't use them in the continuous form. State verbs fall into 4 main categories. Thoughts and opinions, like agree, know, think, and understand. Feelings and emotions, like love, hate, prefer, and want. Senses and perceptions, be, appear, and seem. And possessions and measurements, have, possess, measure, and weigh. When these verbs describe states and not actions, we don't use them in the continuous form. Simple, right? But the tricky thing is that many of these verbs can also be used to describe actions. And then we can use them in the continuous form because they are action verbs. For example, you could say, "I think Pride and Prejudice is one of the best books ever written." And you'd be right, for 2 reasons. Firstly, because you use the simple form of think. It's an opinion, so a non-action verb. And secondly, because Pride and Prejudice is pure genius, so of course you're right. However, you could also say, "I'm thinking about going on a Jane Austen-themed holiday." Right again. Here, thinking is an action. It's something you're doing right now and you haven't decided yet, so you use the continuous form. And obviously, that holiday is absolutely the right choice. I will see you there. Another example is see. When it means understand, use it in the simple form as a state verb. Oh, I see your point. The same goes for when it means perceive. Like, do you see that beautiful bird over there? It's a perception, so it's a state verb. However, we also use see in the continuous to refer to plans. Like, I'm seeing Olivia Rodrigo in concert next week. Jealous? That's an action, so it's continuous. Seeing in the continuous form is also used for dating or romantic relationships. Once I had a very confusing conversation with a friend who speaks English as a second language. He asked me, "Are you still seeing Anna?" And I replied, "No, Anna is my friend, not my girlfriend." We were both really confused until I realized that he meant, do you still see Anna? Do you and Anna still meet regularly? In this case, choosing between the simple and the continuous form actually changes the meaning of the sentence. Another example of when the meaning changes is with the verb be. What's the difference between, "Oh, you're so annoying," and "you're being so annoying"? In the first one, when I use the simple form, I mean you're annoying all the time. It's just your personality. In the second one, in the continuous form, it's a temporary action. You're being annoying right now, but I expect it to stop. Hopefully soon. So remember, state verbs fit into the 4 categories that we mentioned, but many of these verbs can also be action verbs. It all depends on the context. This is an area of the English language which is evolving and changing quite quickly, maybe because of the influence of companies like McDonald's. The best way to stay up to date is to make sure you watch, read, and listen to as much authentic English as possible, so you see lots of examples of this language in context. You will understand how to use state verbs correctly in no time, and stay up to date with the language as it evolves. And who knows, maybe one day even English teachers will be loving it.